Hello and welcome to Megawatt, where each week we give you the lowdown on the latest piece of kit from the world of technology and gadgets. This week it's all about the battle of the console and which one you'll want under your tree come this Christmas. So we've come down to Tech Bar Heaven 24 in London. I mean, check out the screens to have a go. So let's have a look and see who the contenders are. So first up, we've got the Microsoft Xbox 360 Elite. Now, it might be that the Xbox has been around for quite some time, and this is in fact its second Christmas, but that hasn't stopped Microsoft refreshing the range with this lovely black colour and matching black controller. So what do you get for your Elite factor? Well, you get a bigger hard drive, it's 120 gig to start with, and you also get a HDMI socket for high definition gaming, as you can see back here. Other than that, there's not really that much change. There's no HD DVD drive included, that's still an optional extra, and the games and controllers are all the same. So if you've upgraded from a current Xbox 360 to the Elite, no worries, everything will still work. So what are the games? Well, the Xbox is home to mega blockbuster titles that it is Halo 3 and the Halo franchise, making this, along with another Xbox exclusive, Gears of War, and Call of Duty 4 coming as well, and there's lots of other Call of Duties and other shooting games, making this a real gaming machine for the probably 20 to 25-year-old market that likes killing people and letting off a bit of steam at the end of the day.
And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had.
Of course, there are family titles available, from everything from simple word games to Viva Pinata, which is where you grow small piñatas from Mexico before you club them to death. But apart from that, it's all very good.
Palm have gone all consumer with its latest model, the 500V, and here it is. The device, which runs Windows Mobile 6, although it does have a heavy emphasis from Vodafone, you can see with some of the menu systems here, if I scroll through there, comes with a QWERTY keyboard which is quite spongy to use, a large screen, a 2 megapixel camera, and unfortunately no Wi-Fi, although there is 3G connectivity for surfing when you're out and about. Other things to note are that you can use the device as a modem for your computer if you really wanted to, and well, that's about it, to be honest. There isn't anything groundbreaking here that's going to make it any much better than other smartphone offerings already on the market from people like BlackBerry, Nokia, Samsung, Motorola, and anybody else you can think of. It's Palm playing safe, and it's no, well, there's just nothing really that exciting about it. It's rather mediocre, to be honest, and that's the Palm 500V.
Next up is the Nintendo Wii. It's the tiny little book-like games console. Yes, this is a fully functioning games console. I know it only looks like an external CD drive. Now, we've featured the Wii on Megawatt before, and we loved it, to be honest. It's fantastic. The games are brilliant, all the other stuff. As you can see, it's quite energetic. You really have to get involved. No sort of late night sitting on a pub, coming back from the pub being bored. You know, this is, oh, no, there you go. I'm dead. But just to recap, for those who were naughty enough not to tune in, the Wii is from Nintendo. It's £180 worth of console. The graphics aren't spectacular compared to the Xbox 360 or the PS3. However, what you do get is the most innovative control system we've seen in a long while. One of these, a Wii Remote, which is motion censored, and something they call in the Nunchuck, which, if you connect the two together, allows you to move around the game like so. And then this, you slash and dash and stab, and yes, lightsaber coming soon. Anyway, connection-wise, it connects to the internet. It's got Wi-Fi built in, which is quite nice. And yeah, there's a massive stroke of games available for it. Everything from Zelda, which is always a popular favourite with Nintendo fans, to Super Paper Mario, which is a classic plumber back on screen. But there's also a host of other games. Slightly for the old market, we've got Resident Evil, there's Trauma Center, and there's other titles like FIFA 08 for the football fan, things like that. Not much killing, to be honest, to be done here, and that's certainly different from the Xbox 360. And as a media center and control functions, this is lacking in its approach to that, but it does allow you to get on the internet if you want to. We love the Logitech MX Air mouse. Now, I know you're sitting there going, Jesus, what's he doing? He's just become a complete geek. That's just too much. But in fact, we actually love all Logitech mouses at the moment. They just seem to be brilliant. There's like the motion thing for the MX Air is like you're sort of spinning around. It's got gyroscopes in it. And then there's the spinny wheel and the click wheel, and oh, they've just got lots of buttons and lots of features, and they're just making really good mice that you want to use. And whether it's like in the office or at home on the sofa or on the go for the laptop model, for the moment, we just can't fault them. It's quite frustrating, really, but we can't seem to find fault with it. And that's why we love the Logitech mice. Sony's PlayStation 3 comes in two varieties, a 60 gig player and a newly launched 40 gig player. The difference between the two? Well, the 60 gig will come with Blu-ray drive, wireless capability, and a memory card reader, in here, alongside HDMI connection at the back. The 40 gig, obviously a smaller hard drive to start with. The Blu-ray player and Wi-Fi will still be there, as well as the 6-axis controller that has motion sensing. However, you will lose two of the USB ports at the front and the memory card reader as well. Memory card reader there, not for storing games, but for transferring your images or music onto the console so you can watch it and enjoy it on your television. And that's the hardware. So what of the games? Well, the games, how do we put this? They're really pretty. They're stunningly visual. They're yeah, really boring. Unfortunately, there's not many games out there at the moment that will really excite your fire. Sega Rally, which is showing behind me, is one of the games that is helping to boost sales of this, and there are other games such as Heavenly Sword, Motorstorm, Resistance of Man, and a couple of others. There are better games coming come March next year when Metal Gear Solid 4 finally appears. That will be a major seller for the console, and there's other titles along the way as well, like Killzone 2. But the trouble is you're going to have to wait because they won't be here before Christmas. So, you've seen what the consoles can do. What do we actually really think? Well, there's good and bad points for all of the consoles here, to be honest. Let's start with the Xbox 360. Bad points, there's no Wi-Fi in the box, so if you're going to want to connect it to the internet to take advantage of Microsoft's Xbox Live service, you're going to have to make sure that the router is nearby. Secondly, it might be high definition with the gaming, and there might be a HDMI cable on the back, but if you want to watch high definition movies, you'll have to buy the additional £100 HD DVD player. That said, if you do opt for that option, it's very good, and the movies are great, and the play is actually quite good itself. For the PlayStation 3, there are good and bad points as well. Good points is that the Blu-ray player is in there. Bad points is that, well, there's not really that many games that you'll want to play at the moment. It's okay for certain niche markets, but overall there's no killer application or game such as Gears of War or Halo 3 that the Xbox has on the console as yet. Coming up in March, hopefully, will be Killzone 2 and Metal Gear Solid 4, which we expect to be a massive driver for the console. As for the Wii, its bad points are the fact that the graphics aren't very good, and that beyond the capabilities of the machine, there's not really any media players as found with these two here. So which one are you going to want? Well, if you want to include everybody at Christmas, once you open it up from underneath the Christmas tree, then the Wii is going to be the console for you. Whether you're 8 or 88, there is plenty to have here, and as soon as you start playing tennis or bowling or fishing in Zelda, for example, with the Wii remote, you're going to have fun and there's going to be lots of laughter. Going on from beyond Christmas, however, if you're into your movies, then the PlayStation 3 with its Blu-ray player is going to be for you. Blu-ray movies on this are stunning, and this is one of the best Blu-ray drives we've seen to date, standalone or within a games console. As for the Xbox, the choice of games is obviously massive. There are, whether it's mainly focused on shooting, as we've said, with Call of Duty 4 coming out before Christmas. You've got Gears of War, which is still brilliant. You've got Halo 3, which is good. And there's lots of racing games, there's lots of children's games. You know, the gaming content here is great. However, and this is where the big thing comes in, with the price drop of the PS3, this is now £299, this is now £299, this is £180. It's really thrown the proverbial cat amongst the pigeons, because you get a fantastic Blu-ray player for this, compared to the offering here, and it will really be interesting to see how much sales increase over the Christmas period for this player. For us, well, we're a bit greedy, to be honest, because all three are mine. So I've got the best of all three worlds, not just both worlds. If I was recommending something for Christmas, I think it would probably be the Nintendo Wii. If you're, as I said, into movies, I would recommend going for the PS3. And if you just want to play Halo 3, which, let's face it, there are quite a lot of people that do, then it's got to be the Xbox 360. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed the show. That's it for Megawatt TV this week. Why don't you tune in next time for more tips, tricks, news, opinions, reviews, the world of technology and gadgets. This is Megawatt TV. Thanks for watching.